Hey Epic peoples, Epic here, and I'm back with another devlog, and guess what? It's time to get out of coding hell. Ever since Christmas, I've been on the grind, and I finally have a chance to escape. I'm chilling in paradise now, working on concept art and 3D modeling. It's about time I started thinking seriously about the look and style of this game. But before we dive into the pretty stuff, let's take a look at what I've gotten done since the last update. First up, I've got enemy lock-on working. Kinda. I followed a YouTube tutorial to get the base system running, but switching between nearby enemies is still a bit janky. Locking on is important because that's how you enter combat, so it has to feel natural and good. What I've got works for now, but I'll definitely be circling back to polish it up later. Next, I implemented a simple dialogue system. Another straightforward tutorial made it pretty easy to get up and running. I even added a way to talk to the closest NPC. It mostly works, but it still needs a bit of fine-tuning. The goal is that once you go into conversation, the NPC locks you into dialogue until you go through all their lines. You know, the classic style seen in basically every game. Moving on, we needed a way to hide items, NPCs, and far-off enemies when entering combat, and bring them back afterwards. Hiding items and NPCs? Easy, they disappear and can't be interacted with. This was done by just using their tags and then hiding them whenever combat started. Enemies though, that was trickier. I needed a way to determine which enemies to pull into combat. A simple collision sphere did the trick. Any enemies within the sphere joined the battle. At first, hiding far away enemies didn't do anything, but then I remembered my units are split into two parts, the puppet for visuals and the actor for logic. Big shoutouts to Devlog 2 for helping me figure that out. I disabled the puppets, but the units still moved. Turns out I had to remove them from the grid and turn managers too. The grid manager handles tile data, like where units can move and who's standing where, while the turn manager controls turn order and active units. Once I removed the distant enemies from both systems, it finally worked. But of course, a new problem showed up. The lock-on system doesn't realize the enemies move, so it tries to lock onto the wrong position. Super annoying, but that's a future problem for future me.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I'll fix it once I add full movement outside of combat. And now, what I thought would be the hardest task, adding controller input. Turns out, this was free! I seriously cannot believe how smooth that was. You can now move the combat UI with either WASD or an analog stick. You can walk around the map, confirm or cancel actions, and even explore the world, all with a controller. For now it's just Xbox support, but I'll add support for the other controllers down the line. Honestly, felt like a huge win. GG easy. So yeah, with all that done, I finally earned my temporary vacation from coding hell. I'm shifting gears into working on concept art and working with my team to create the assets for this demo. There still are a few other mechanics that I wanted to implement before getting into concept art and modeling, but seeing as I've been doing coding for about 6 months, a little bit more, I think it's perfectly reasonable that I can do some modeling and concept art for now. If you enjoyed this update, leave a like, drop a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps out a ton. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers pretty soon. Next time, I'll be introducing the main characters that'll be a part of this world I'm building. I'll be live streaming the process, so if you want to check out the progress, I'll be on Twitch and YouTube. I'll also be streaming my artwork process for prints and stickers for future events and artist alleys. Until then, stay epic.
Sharp like an edge of a samurai sword, the mental blade cut through flesh and bone. Though my mind's at peace, the word out of order, missing then the heat, life gets colder. Oh yes, I have to find my path, no less walk on earth, water and fire. The elements compose the madness, opus my modus operandi is a bound.